Well, good morning, Cowboy Jim up here in Fort Mac, and just got out of court today. Today was the day in which Kevin Kyle Smith, former friend of mine, uh, had been charged with assault, and and it's kind of funny, eh? Oh my! Oh, I let him beat me up, and fortunately, they caught him on video at the company I worked at, and unfortunately, the prosecutor kind of thought maybe it wasn't quite enough to get a surefire conviction. I don't know why people don't bother trying, but anyways, so so Kevin Kyle Smith did not get charged with a criminal offense. Didn't get convicted. Oh yeah, they put a ban on him for a year that he wouldn't be able to come near me. Like I could care less. But I tell you, it's very interesting. I had a little time with the Lord and walked out of the courthouse and had a smoke and headed over to Peter Pan Mall and had a really good burrito and some Mexi fries all dressed up. And I was sitting there thinking, that boy hurt me hard, cost me many thousands of dollars, probably 19,000 when all is said and done. And a lady who I really was impressed with, she kind of quit talking to me and so on like that. And I thought, there's a scripture. It says, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord." And when my boys were younger, I said, when you're walking down a street and out of the blue there's someone walking towards you and they just hit you with a fist really hard, knock you down. I said, they're responsible for hitting you, but you are responsible for how you react to that hit. So, though things did not work out the way that I would have wanted today, uh, it's not my choice, not up to me. The Creator knows what is best. And I reiterate, God says, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord." I prayed much about that over the last year and a half. That's how long it drug out. And I said, Father, um, I wished that you had been able to vindicate me time and time again. He said, I will vindicate you. And I don't know how God will do that. I don't know all the ins and outs of that. I know I still have one more surgery on my one shoulder. Uh, MRI is the 29th of December. And it's very entertaining for me. We, as people, we look at the atrocities of justice or injustice, and we take offense to it. And yet we don't always understand what is going on in the larger scheme of things. And I had to really reach deep into my heart and say, I don't know all the things that my creator God is doing or what his plans are to implement what is called justice. I remember when I was a kid, we had justice back then. I remember when a dear friend of mine, she was about 42 years of age, and I did a video on her. I was 11, and every now and again, her little 11-year-old daughter would come walking over to the hamburger stand on the main street of Wasaga Beach, and and they would communicate, but they didn't use words, and they used sign language because that little girl was deaf and dumb. I don't mean stupid. She was unable to speak, and one day Helen went home early, found the delivery guy doing his zipper up as he walked down the little tiny cottage that they rented for the summer while she worked up at Wasaga. She walked in, and her husband was standing there, and her little pretty little 11-year-old girl was trying to straighten up her clothing, and the dad had loaned that 11-year-old baby girl to the bread man or the milkman, something to use. And he worked, he didn't need the money. And I learned at a very young age to be offended at abuse. That video, if you care to watch, you should. It's called Justice. When I was a kid, we had justice. Nowadays, it seems to me that the one who is charged with a crime is innocent until proven guilty, and the victim is guilty until the victim can prove that they are innocent. In our world, our justice system is gone in the toilet. Uh, Knowledge of right and wrong has been replaced with if you can get away with something, it's all right. It's not all right. I've fought most all my life against child abuse. I remember the two native ladies at the front of Center Street Church, and their story. It was called Forgiveness. You know, you have two choices in life. Well, you actually, I guess, could have three. You can become very bitter. You can get to the place where you almost hate, and that hatred consumes you more than the person who has offended you. I guess you can become ambivalent, where you just separate yourself from the world. Neither one is right. I have chosen to say, God, uh, you will not be mocked. And when you say, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I believe you. And so, in many ways, I'm really glad that Kyle Smith wasn't convicted. He was guilty enough that they put a ban on him coming near me. I mean, oh gee, isn't that good? And but I would not want to see someone go to jail for 6 months or a year. It wouldn't make my shoulder any better. This surgery, the next surgery, will be the second on my shoulder as a result of Kyle's. Yeah, I guess as a result of me letting him beat me. Hey, that's the way it is. So the atrocities that have been committed against you, you can dwell on them, or you can just say, I choose to forgive. That forgiveness, it's a hard thing, but I will not allow bitterness to inflict its hoary head into my life, because my life is more than a wounded shoulder, and it's more than one abuser. That's what Kyle was. He was an elder abuser. I, I, I will not succumb to hatred. I will not allow bitterness to consume me from within to without. I won't. I will walk in forgiving others, even though they don't ask. Pathetic, really. Yeah. People do things and they're guilty as hell. And they think all you have to do is get away with it. Lie today to save yourself. You know, the joy of telling the truth is you don't have to remember what you said the last time you answered a specific question. You tell the truth, bear responsibility. You do wrong, say so. Because it's hard to remember a lie that you've said. It's easier if you just tell the truth. So, anyways, uh, I'm gonna pound a few videos out here because I missed work last night in order to go to the stupid court case, and I have to miss tonight as well. Then I'll work tomorrow night. So I have 2 days off. My old Dodge truck's just about fixed. She'll be ready tomorrow. Listen, don't let a lack of forgiveness, bitterness, hatred, anger, don't let that screw your life up. You are bigger. You should be bigger. You can be bigger. You could be bigger than the problems you're facing. So, gonna live till you die. Might as well be happy while you're doing it. Only you can determine where you're going to spend eternity. It's up to you. God bless you. God bless you.